Hey guys, welcome back to the Cheer PT. I'm Laura and I am the Cheer PT. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I want to talk a little bit about core. Hopefully by now we all know that core is super important to keeping us strong and functional. Not just for the way our core looks. I mean, yeah, we all want to have a ripped six pack, right? But that's not what keeps us functional. Your core has to be really strong so that you can do things in the air, on the ground, to hold yourself steady. That's like the main part, right? It's the core of your stability and your balance and what your tumbling looks like or what your stunting looks like. So what do we talk about when we talk about core? There's six primary intrinsic core muscles. One is the diaphragm. That's the top part of your core. It's like the big main muscle. It goes all the way around underneath your ribs into your back. So that's your breathing muscle. It helps you to breathe in. When you breathe in, your diaphragm drops down. And when you breathe out, it goes up. That's the top part of the core. The bottom part of the core is the pelvic floor. We don't talk about that much, right? But it's super important. If you leak when you tumble, your pelvic floor could be a little bit weak. So working to strengthen that, learning how to strengthen that is important. And there's a lot of different ways, but that's the bottom part of your core. It mimics your diaphragm. They hold all your guts in and they stabilize the top and the bottom. Then there are four main intrinsic core muscles. Transverse abdominis runs from your ribs here down to the pubic bones and around into your back. Your internal obliques, same thing, runs from a little lower on the ribs. They wrap down, they attach down to your pelvis, and they wrap around and attach in the thoracolumbar fascia in the back. Your external obliques. So there's two different types of obliques, internal, external. Internal rotates you, flexes you, and side bends you to the same side. External flexes you to the same side. So flexes you, laterally flexes you, and then rotates away. And that attaches at the ribs, at your kind of your upper portion of the ribs, and it's real big, expands again down into the pelvic floor and wraps around the back. And then you have your multifidi. They run from your spine, the lower part of your spine, all the way up to your neck. They're small muscles, but super powerful. They help to extend, laterally flex. So extend means lean backwards, laterally flex to one side, and rotate also. And they help stabilize your back. So you got to train all of those. And incorporating multiple exercises are important to do that. Now, the six-pack muscle is an intrinsic core muscle. It's the rectus abdominis. It goes from the ribs down, straight down the center, and it's more superficial. It needs to be strong too, and yes, we want it to look good, but that's not our main muscle. So that does just kind of helps with flexing. That's where traditional crunches, that's what you tend to work on when you're trying to build that six-pack, is doing those crunches. It's not going to help you stabilize. I am not a fan of doing crunches and oblique crunches to get stronger. Are they okay? Yeah. There's some links to back injuries but by doing crunches, but I think if you maintain your balance and your posture, they're okay to do. The bigger core exercises are things like planks, side planks, bird dogs, which is hands and knees and reaching out, crawling, and making sure that you stabilize, keeping the ribs down and your pelvis stable and not moving through whatever exercise you're doing. When you think about it, that's what we want when we're stunting, right? You don't want your back arching up. You don't want to, if you're flying and you're kind of sticking your chest out and your ribs are up and your butt's out, you're just going to go toppling backwards. So you want your ribs down. You want your pelvis tucked under. That's going to help to stabilize so that you can then pull up and pull a trick. One of my favorite exercises to do is a halo, because we stabilize at our core and move our arms. When do we do that? Anytime that we're up in the air and we're doing any kind of leading a cheer, any arm motion, right? So I like to use a kettlebell. This is a kettlebell. You can find them really at Job you can find them at Dick's Sporting Goods, you can find them online on Amazon, or Perform Better. Love shopping from Perform Better. There's a lot of places you can buy these from, so scope out. If you have questions, let me know. This is a 10-pound kettlebell. Usually they go in kilograms, but this is this one's in pounds. So for Halo, we're going to tip the kettlebell upside down like this. Now, if you don't have a kettlebell at home, use a ball. Use anything that has a little bit of weight. You can use your water bottle, right? Or a gallon of water, a gallon of milk. That works good too. I don't know the exact weight of that, but you can hold on to that like this, same way, and do the same exercise. So for this kettlebell, we're going to hold it by the horns upside down, bell up. It's going to start with your elbows locked in tight to your side, and we're going to wrap it around our head. Don't clunk your head and come down and stop. Again, bases, where do you see this? This is a loaded position, right? It's an excellent exercise to get your core stable. Here you're going to get those ribs down. Don't let your ribs move. A common mistake I would see is arching and around. That actually hurts. So really keep those ribs locked down. Don't let your back arch. Try to keep your eyes on the horizon so that you're not tipping your head forward, and you're keeping that locked. This will help your shoulder mobility. It'll gain you some strength. I like to do 5 to 10 reps in each direction. Mix it up. Include that as part of your core workout. Just one exercise there. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be heavy. A pet peeve of mine is that girls, in particular, but cheerleaders, we don't want to lift heavy because we don't want to get big. We don't want to bulk up. That's a fallacy. You will get bulky and big if you're eating extra weight and you are doing really low reps and really heavy weights without doing your conditioning. We always condition. We like to condition. And if we're eating healthily, females are not going to bulk up. It's super, super hard. There's a lot of different formulas involved to get big. And it's okay to lift heavy. And actually, I will bet that you will actually not lose weight, but you will trim down and be more toned if you lift a little heavier than you actually think you can. But for this particular size, for the Halo, that's a 10-pound. I probably go max for myself, 20 pounds, but I wouldn't do it right away. I'd start with a 5-pound and work my way up gradually. When 10 repetitions is easy, 3 sets of 10, when that's easy, bump your weight up a little bit. Don't be afraid. Do it gradually, learn how, and it will be safe, and you'll look amazing and feel amazing at the same time. And you'll be super strong so that you can get up in the air and can't see my hit some good motions and be solid at the same time. And your bases, that's going to help you keep your core stable so that it gets easier to lift here, up, any of that. So it's a great exercise. Try it out. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great day.